I have arranged for my 16-hour Delta economy flight to Edinburgh, Scotland. This is my second trip to Edinburgh because on my first trip, I didn't get any photos to prove that I actually saw the elusive, legendary, mountain-dwelling wild haggis. In Edinburgh, Scotland, the locals like to entice the tourists, the naive tourists who will fall for anything. They like to entice them into signing up for day hikes and even overnight camping excursions in the hopes that they will see the wild haggis and get pictures. This enticing story that they tell continues to attract amateur and professional photographers. And this is the story. They say that the little mountain haggis, the wild haggis, traverses the hillside in only one direction, clockwise. Now they say this peculiar habit has developed and become inbred over generations of this little animal. They also say that there's an environmental adaptation that has evolved. And what that is that the downhill legs of the haggis are just a little bit longer than the uphill legs. Now you think about that for a little bit, and it begins to make sense. Now, there really is such a thing as canned haggis. Let me tell you what that is. It is a delicacy that the Scots love. It's a sausage kind of concoction. The ingredients are a lamb or a sheep's heart, lung, and liver, and it's cooked with suet and spices and herbs, and then packed into a casing that's traditionally made of a lamb or a sheep's stomach. Ooh, delicious. The Scots like it. All that aside, we wanted to see that little animal after all. Now, on the first trip, my fellow day hikers and our guide were walking along a nice winding little rugged trail and enjoying the scenery and the cool air. It was all so exhilarating, kept our eyes peeled. And then in an instant, people started pointing in the same direction, and we could see coming toward us, yes, a little hillside grazing animal. And yes, it was possible to see that those downhill legs were longer than the uphill legs. I got my camera ready, batteries charged, lens cap off, and as I zoomed in to get a better picture, the little grinding noise on my camera's zoom mechanism frightened the animal. He panicked, turned around abruptly, and bounded in the opposite direction. And now, because his downhill legs were the shorter ones, he stumbled and fell and rolled